All right, how you guys doing? I want to talk about the worst fucking invention ever in the history of the world. And it happened in 1907. It was called plastic. Okay? It surged during World War II when we had this huge shortage of metals and stuff for planes and everything, and they needed to make something that was light, but that they could make as much as they wanted to. Unbeknownst to them, the repercussions it would cause in the future. And we haven't even scratched the barrel of the repercussions. I mean, you have, what do they call that? The barge of plastic that floats around the ocean. I mean, the government tries to keep it quiet. It's like, why? It's like they have this island like Midway. Midway is horrible now. So they'll get a storm, and when they come back, the beaches will be covered in plastic debris. From plastic carts, toys, balloons, buoys. I mean, just a gamut. Everything. I mean, baby dolls, you name it, hats, clothes, anything that would be made of plastic, car parts. It's absolutely just terrifying that the degree of this shit happens. And you got to get permission from the government to go out to the Midway Island and see this shit. And it's just, there's videos on it. If you put the floating barge of trash in the Pacific. So basically what it is when countries like get flooded, Japan, Tokyo, stuff like that, and they're really not caring about the environment and it all gets washed out into the ocean. Well, there's currents, and eventually they all meet together, and then the shit just floats around together, and it became a giant plastic barge. And it comes and goes with the currents in the ocean, and it's absolutely terrifying. And, you know, there's animals that feed on this shit. I mean, it's in everything we do. Our phones, our clothes are fucking plastic, okay? Hats, glasses, everything. Even us. Shit you not. Even us. It is in everything. It's in your water bottles, okay? It plastic is derived from guess what? Guess what? Oil. That's right. Barrels of oil. And they break it down with the chemicals and everything, and they add more chemicals and shit. Like BPA, that was so bad. How many centuries was that around that we were putting that in our bodies? You know, and how many people died? You know, it's the shit is actually terrifying. And you know, now we got these waters, and this water bottle takes 500 years to break down. Just the fucking bottle itself, okay? And it's not very thick. Look at that. Cheap plastic, and 500 years in a dump, okay? Because it's covered with dirt. It's just sitting underneath there. And I know they're working on that worm's intestine stuff, where it actually eats plastic, but they're still trying to figure out what is the byproduct of when it does eat it. So, you know, you can't just say, okay, let's make a whole shitload of it, drill it to a dump and dump it in there and let them do their thing. Well, that's all good dandy, but you know, what are they off-gassing? You know what I'm saying? What if they eat it all, what's coming out? You know what I'm saying? If they're eating it as food, look how thick that is, man. That's probably a good 750, if not longer. You know, when was the last time you seen a piece of plastic breaking down? And I'm not talking like a Pepsi cup, okay? That had wax on it. That's wax. That's completely different. It's still from the same family, but it's wax, okay? That does break down. That does dry out in the sun. So, I mean, I've never seen one breaking down. You know, it's like, remember plastic cups? Boom. You as a kid, at least us Gen Xers did, we'd see them out in the field and stuff. You go pick it up, and there were holes in it. Well, what do you call them? Slugs and stuff would get on there and eat it because it was just wood. Basically, that bottom thing, it was wood. And the cups would break down, you know, over a certain amount of time. It was like paper bags, okay, were worse. Oh, man. That is one of the worst inventions. They are everywhere, in everything, okay? Paper bags were great. They were biodegradable. You could recycle them. If you didn't and it just blew out into the country, the wind, whatever, it would break down over time. And it would go back to Mother Earth. Plastic does not, because it doesn't come from Earth. Okay? It is a man-made synthetic product that is cars. Look at how much shit. Okay, so you buy something made of plastic, it's encased in plastic. Okay, a lot of times you got to cut that thing out with a chainsaw. Plastic, like kids' toys. If you ever done Christmas, you know what the hell I'm talking about, man. Damn. Or my favorite is, you ever buy a multi-tool and it's got that plastic that's molded around it to keep it in there. What the fuck? You know? And now you get food, okay? Now they're wrapping food in containers where you got to rip the cord open and then open it up, eat it, and then what do? We just throw it away. But it's not biodegradable. And then what is stupid, idiotic states like California? Well, we ban straws. So they gotta be paper straws, which is basically just was never an issue before. But yet the cup itself, nobody recycles that either. So it's still out in the environment. But the straws, the birds eat them, or what? I've never seen that before. I've never seen a bird eat a straw. Unless there was food in it. You know, you stuff a fry in there, you know, a seagull's going to eat it. But it was like, oh, and on the video of the bay of garbage on Midway, they cut birds open. The guy cut a bird open. It was full of plastic. Fishing wire, straws, pen caps. It was crazy what was in it. And it's like, so whenever the guy find a bird, he would cut it open, videotape it, you know, hey, this is why the birds are dying. And because they'll eat anything. They're hungry, you know, and then they see something down there, they think it's a piece of food, they dive down there, they gobble it up, it fills their stomach for now, but it stays in their intestine because they can't poop it out, especially the fishing line. That was crazy, man. The guy was pulling it out, and then there was one that had, what do you call that, the netting for fish. It had a big wad of it inside of it. I was like, that's crazy. And the pen lid, that was freaky. The guy found almost a whole pen, Sharpie is what it was. It's a crazy video. You really got to watch it. But it pisses me off that we're not doing anything about this. And they continue to make billions of dollars off of it without coming up with a solution. It's crazy. It's like, I've said it before, and I've seen others say it too, and I fully agree with it, that every sale, a percentage that is used towards plastic must go to finding a solution to get rid of the plastic. I mean, we can recycle it to a point. It's like, okay, great one. It's like, I don't have it now, but my detergent bottle, okay, that thing is monster thick. Well, they said it's recyclable, right? It's got the recyclable emblem on it, but no one knows how to recycle it. No one in the world knew how to recycle it. So they just kept pitching it out. So it kept going to the freaking landfills. Well, the Amish figured it out. Thank God. And they figured out how to recycle it. And they did. They started making patio furniture with it, which was a fantastic idea. And this shit is so heavy because there's so much plastic, because there's a shitload of plastic. But the nice thing about it, there's no waste. You know, all the pieces that come off it when they make the furniture, cut it, do all that shit, it all recyclable. Goes back in there, do whatever color they want again. And it's crazy, and it's the same color through and through. If you've never seen Polywood furniture, look that up. That is some awesome shit right there. You should sell it. It's expensive, but if you never want it again, you can recycle the whole fucking thing. It's awesome. They got tables, picnic tables, regular tables, car tables, house tables, high chairs, low chairs, Androck chairs, beach chairs, lounge chairs, everything patio. They got it. It's crazy, but it's not cheap. And it's an expensive process. But the Amish make it at their Amish factory, and then they ship it out to the other communities, and then they make it locally. And every community has a guy, the Amish guys that do it. And they do it to order, which is really nice. So it's not just sitting around in a big pile. Well, we're out of business, and now it'll sit there for 10,000 years because a tornado will not pick this shit up. If you come home, your furniture gone, you ain't got a house, bro. I can tell you that. This shit is heavy. It takes 2 big boys to carry a chair, a rocking chair. Even the swivels, they got it all. But it's crazy. And they never rust. They never break. They never discolor. Except for the red with the red, and it has like these little lines of white in there. I don't know why they put them in there, but I guess if some of the plastic pieces could get all the red. And those are the only ones I saw discolor. But it was like 5 years they were sitting on a trailer, and they all looked, once you washed them off, that's it. They look brand new. It was crazy. It's a crazy product. But it's in everything, okay? It's in our fucking food, okay? You know what they found? They were dissecting some brains a couple of years ago. They found microparticles of plastic, I shit you not, in our fucking brains. There's plastic in our bodies, in our brains, okay? We digest plastic all the time, but eventually our bodies don't know what the fuck to do with it, okay? So they just keep it. And it starts flowing throughout our bodies. It's in our blood, our bones, everything now. Plastic is in fucking everything. It is the worst fucking invention ever, if you ask me. You got these plastic bags. Now California banned plastic bags and plastic straws. But this is the whole thing. So I go get a coffee. Let's take this for instance. Stored in plastic. And look, we won't even talk about the lid. The lid is like 10 times this. Okay? Then it's wrapped in plastic. Okay, it's got the plastic cover and the seal on it. Okay, then you're going to give me a plastic bag to carry it in, right? It's just like one after another, plastic. It was like, who was it who said, okay, let's take the, you can get plastic utensils that come in a plastic box that's wrapped in plastic cellophane, which is put into a plastic bag for you to take it home, eat, and throw it all away. And it doesn't break down. Okay? Why can't we make something that breaks down over time? A lot better. You know, add something into this plastic that breaks it down. There are, oh my God. So if you have kids, you know there's like, they have these little chairs. Right, the little plastic chairs. They look like Android chairs for adults, but they're for kids. And everybody's bought their kids them. And whether it be like the little square work desk with the little chairs, and they can sit there and like play at the table and play with their toys and stuff. And we some of us have grew up with them. That shit's still around. It's never broken down. It's not going to break down. Okay, not in our lifetimes, not in the next 5 generations' lifetimes. Okay. It ain't ever breaking down. When you throw out a phone, okay, all the shit in it, which is there's some bad shit. I don't know why we can't get around the cobalt thing, but I'm going to look into that and see about that because that kind of agitates the crap out of me. We're paying countries billions of dollars to use slavery to get this cobalt. And it's in electric cars. It's in the batteries. It's like, you got to come up with a different way to make a battery then, because labor should not be part of it. Especially slave labor. It's asinine crazy. Okay? And just look at plastics, man. Look at our cars, for example. You know, everything inside my car. Hear that? Everything is plastic. Everything is plastic. Mustangs are the worst. I remember when I first got my first Mustang in 95. And it was a 95 and a half. Wasn't it? 94 and a half. It was weird. It was a half year. And everything in that damn thing was plastic. Now, I look at baby girl. Yeah, everything is plastic, but she's a Jeep. So I kind of expect it to, you know, she'll last forever. She'll last me forever. She'll last me till the day I die. I guarantee you that. But everything is plastic in her. But it's meant to be because she's a Jeep. So she can go out, get dirty, be washed off. I mean, I've had this thing flooded. I don't know how it even didn't short out or anything, but she holds good water. Plus, she's got a drain thing down here, which is really cool. And she's a 4x4. Who knew? One of the best buys I ever had. I love her. But, you know, fenders. You know, look at when a car gets in an accident. They crumple. And if you look at where there's an accident, what do you see? tons of plastic pieces everywhere, all over the street, and then you wonder why people keep dying. And it's like you see the accidents now, and they hit each other, and the cars are meant to crumble like a piece of paper, but keep you safe. That terrifies the shit out of me. If I hit something, I get out, I want to see some damage, but I don't want to see my car's gone. I just want to say, oh shit, I'm going to have to fix the front end. Then she'll be fine. And some of these cars, they just fully accordion, and and that's it. You're done. You can't rebuild the car. It's done. And that's the crazy thing. And it's like, what? What are your thoughts on this shit? Do you think there's a worse invention than plastic? I sure as shit don't. It's like they were bitching about the 6-pack rings. Turtles would get them around there. And there were some turtles, they'll show you some pictures. It's fucking crazy on that island thing. That a turtle got it caught around its shell in the middle. And he kept growing. And the plastic stayed there. And it gave him this doop in his shell. It was crazy. And his organs, everything worked fine. He was fine because his body learned to grow around it. And it was like, that's crazy. And it's like, if you look at like dogs, if they have all their collars are made of plastic, okay? So they're not going to disintegrate very easily, and if at all. And if you leave it too tight for too long, what happens is their skin grows over it, man. It's savage. It's savage abuse. And it's like, I'm over here looking, at least when you got metal benches and shit, we can recycle that. We can melt that down. Well, guess what? We can melt plastic down, but nobody does. Nobody recycles it. It's easier to throw it away and go get that next cup of coffee and not have to even give it a thought of what happens with this bottle. Our throwaway society is absolutely asinine. And I think we're going to do that one next. But plastic is just insane. I don't care who you are. And what are your thoughts on it down below? I mean, seriously. Do you throw a lot of plastic away? Do you recycle it? That's my favorite one. Is they tell you, oh, okay, we need you to separate plastic into these bins, right? When have you ever seen a recycle truck come and pick up your shit? It's the same fucking truck. The same waste truck. I shit you not. I was watching one morning and I thought, wow, we do a lot of recycling. We do a lot of separation, the bottles, the glass, the plastics. And then they charge you for the can, okay? Then they're going to take it away and recycle it for you. And then they get to keep that recycle money. What? Should my can be free? And that's made of fucking plastic too. So there's been a couple of people who recycled stuff. And they happened to put in one of those air tags. And the guy was watching his detergent bottle. I guess he took a detergent bottle. It was empty. And he stuck the tag in it. And then he closed it and he recycled it. And he watched it. And it went to the dump. He said, oh, no. It goes to the dump to get separated. And then it will go to a different facility. He goes, well, that's funny. It hasn't moved in a week. He goes, it went out there, wherever you guys put it, you buried it, and it's still there. Because it needs to show him. He goes, look. Deet, deet, deet. I'm like, that's crazy. And he did it a couple of times, and it kept winding up. It wound up at a different dump. He said it went to a dump, and then it showed it going somewhere else. It didn't say where it was going. It just showed it going somewhere else. And it went to one place, and it stayed there for about a few days, and then it went to another place, and when he looked up the location, it was another dump. They threw it away. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, they don't recycle nothing. Nothing, man. Give me your thoughts, comments down below. Like, subscribe, goddammit. Hit the bell. Let's talk about some of this shit. Hey, donate to our pay-it-forward pantry down below. Appreciate it. Takes a couple of seconds. $1 will do it. makes a lot of people happy, fill some stomachs out here. Or if we ever happen to travel to your area, hey, we'll go shopping. Let me know. You guys have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.